If you are an online course creator, you're going to love the new sales page template that we've just made available inside of Thrive Architect. Check it out. I'm Brad from Thrive Themes, and this sales page template is made specifically for online courses. We did lots of research into what makes the ideal online course sales page in terms of content and structure. What do you include on your sales page and in what order? And we came up with a blueprint, kind of an outline of the best structure for a sales page. But we decided to take it one step further by turning that blueprint into a template that you can just load inside of Thrive Architect and fill in, and then you're ready to go. So let's open it up and I'll show you how this template works. So here I am inside of WordPress. The first thing I'll do is add a new WordPress page. Now I'm going to give my WordPress page a name. Let's just call it Online Course Sales Page. And we'll go Save Draft. And we have our theme default. So we want to change template. Now with our default templates, if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll find there is a set called Bonus. If we expand this set, inside here, we have the Online Course Sales Page. So I'm going to click on that one and click Choose Template. And here we go. The first thing we see is what we call the above the fold. So that's the first thing your website visitors will see before they start scrolling down. And it follows the structure that we've heavily researched. So it begins with a heading across the top, followed by a video, a tagline, and an Enroll Now button. If you're not going to use a sales video, that's fine. You can delete this, of course. But what you'll notice is the text here is prompting you with what to do. So the headline says, the most enticing benefit-driven headline you can write goes here. So it's obvious what you need to write into that. And that's the way it is with everything on this page. All the text is prompting you with what to write. So for our tagline, it says, learn to be able to achieve this incredible goal, even if you have this major objection. And you'll just choose what's appropriate for your online course. If you're not going to use a sales video, it's generally a good idea to get rid of the Enroll Now button, because it's after they finish watching the video that they're possibly sold on buying your online course, so you want the button right there. But if they're not going to watch a video because you don't have one, they need to read on first. So let's say we're going to get rid of this video here. So trash that. We'll get rid of the button as well, and this column section. But now this is all quite thin, so I'll pick the background section and we'll make it a bit taller. And we'll position it in the middle. Perfect. Now you'll notice in the background we have a faint image of a few people standing around chatting to each other. Maybe that's not suitable for your online course. So all of these images can be edited, of course. So we select the background section and we go under background style, and you'll see we have a linear gradient. That's the dark overlay. And then underneath that, we have the image. So I'm going to change this image to another one for, let's say, a fictional online course about drone videography. So I've got this great photograph of aerial footage shot from a drone. So I'm going to insert that. It's a bit dark. So I'm going to click Apply. We'll go to this linear gradient above it, and we'll change the opacity of that dark gradient to, let's try 50%. Let's try even less. Let's try 40%. And I'll click Apply. There we go. So now we can see that image behind the headline quite well. So let's continue on down the page. The first thing we have here is a countdown timer. So if you have an open-close online course, which means it's available only for a limited amount of time, then you can set the countdown timer to count down to whenever the course closes. Or that might be for a launch discount or whatever it is that you might want. If you've got something you want to count down to, just a matter of clicking on this, going under main options, and setting what the end date and end time is. And of course, on the front end for a visitor, that will be ticking away. I'll show you what the front end looks like. Here we go right here. You can see the countdown timer's already ticking away. Back to edit mode, we scroll down. Now this section, this is the story section. This is where, rather than going straight in and telling people about your online course, you want to identify the pain points. What problems do your course fix? It's a way to kind of connect with your ideal audience first. So you'll see the headline here says, this subheading should target a pain point that your online course can solve. And then the paragraphs prompt you with what to write. I've got a link here, PAS. This is for an article that we've published about, it's a copywriting format. PAS stands for pain or problem, agitation, and solution. It's a good structure for highlighting the issues that your online course can solve. So if you're not a strong copywriter, just click on that link and you can find out more about how to use that pattern inside this section on this sales page. You'll see the background image as well is of a laptop and a phone. So running with the idea that perhaps we're making an online course for drone videography, you might want to change that. So we'll go on to background style. We'll see there's actually two images, one on the left and one on the right. We're going to get rid of one of them, and then the other one we will change to, let's go this image here. Insert. I'm going to set that right to the middle and we'll change it to stretch. And then we can faintly see in the background there is a drone just behind this text. To continue further down the page, this next section is your box shot. Now this is great. Before having a page like this, if you wanted a box shot, that's a graphic that represents your online course, you needed to get a designer to create this for you. And it had to have a transparent background. But instead with this, it's fully editable right on the page. So each of these screens has a content box inside of it, and that content box contains an image. So I'll show you what it looks like once you change a couple of images just quickly. So take the first content box and let's make this our main image, mastering drone video. The second box here, I'll change this to a graphic of myself presenting to camera. It should imply that this would be a video course. The third one we will change to an image of a drone. And then this fourth one, this little phone, we'll change it to a graphic that implies that there's charts and graphics included in the online course. And there you go. You've got a beautiful looking box shot that represents your online course. Now this is also responsive, so if I click to go to tablet mode, you'll see that we actually drop one of the screens out of the way. It's because as the page gets smaller and smaller, you don't want it too cluttered with images. So by bringing it just down to 3 main images, it's a bit cleaner on smaller screens. If we return to desktop size, once again we see all 4 screens. Carry on further down the page. This next section here is an enroll button that invites the visitor to just buy now if they're ready. But what you'll notice is on the front end, if I go under the front end view of the page, this is how it would look live to a visitor. This section uses the new sticky scroll behavior. So if I scroll past this, you'll see it stays pinned to the top. So as the visitor reads the rest of the page, the enroll button is really close. So at the point they think, yes, I do want this course, they can simply hit that button and sign up. And the way this works, if they click the enroll button, it's going to jump them further down the page to the pricing table. I'll show you what that looks like. If I click this button now, we jump straight to the pricing table. I'll explain how that works in a minute. Let's go back to the edit mode. So next up, we have a benefits section where you can highlight what's so great about your online course. So you want to talk about what people can do or what benefits there are by taking your course. And of course, these little graphics are fully editable as well. We can change the color very easily, just like that. And you can change these images. So let's say we want, I'm going to type in video and here we go. This looks appropriate and we'll click select. Perhaps that icon's suitable. You can do the same for each of them as you please. Right after that, we have a testimonial section. We've got 3 testimonials here, each with, again, the text prompting you what kind of testimonial to include. If you haven't got testimonials yet, don't panic. There's instructions on how you can get testimonials as well. Again, there's a link right here to another article that we've published about how you can get raving testimonials for your online course. Next up, we have what we call module boxes. So your course is likely broken up into modules and lessons or chapters or whatever it might be, but this is your chance to show your visitors what's inside each specific module. What is it that they will be learning? So we have the title of a module and information about it there. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say you have more than 4 modules. What we have to do is click this last module here and duplicate it. And we're going to give a bit more space underneath, so I'll go layout and position and add 35 pixels underneath it. And with this last one, We want to change the color here. That will be under background style. Perhaps we'll make this a little bit more kind of violet. That looks about right. And we'll change this text to 5, module 5. And there we go. Just like that, we now have 5 module boxes. The next section after this is a bonus section. Now, a bonus is where you would include any reference to any additional material that is included in your course that isn't the regular lessons. So it might be downloads, cheat sheets, any other supporting material, or it might be access to a forum, anything like that. If you don't have any bonuses, don't worry. You can have this section mean whatever you want. Because although this word here that says bonus looks like a graphic, it's actually text. So we can change that to whatever we like. I'll still just leave it as bonus for now. And then information about each bonus, of course. After that, we have an author introduction, or this is a section that's about the person that is teaching the course, be that you or whoever you're creating the page for. We can easily click on these graphics and change these. So let's say the creator of this course is this guy. Put that there, and there's a little slightly transparent one here. So we'll change that image to, here we go, and insert. Great. And again, you just follow the text prompt to write a little bio about the teacher. Then we have a testimonial section about the teacher specifically. So it's right after you've introduced who is teaching it. You want to include any reviews or testimonials about why this teacher is great at teaching this specific topic. Following that, we have a kind of a value section. So this is a chance to talk about why your course is so valuable. Call it price anchoring. And the reason why you would include it here is because immediately after this section is a pricing table. So this is the first time people get to see how much the course costs. Now regarding the pricing table, let's go back to the front end to see how it looks again here. So remember I said before, we click enroll here and it jumps us down to the pricing table. And we also have options to choose between different instances. So if you choose one-time payment, there's 2 different prices for a regular course and perhaps an advanced course. Or you can toggle to the 3-month installment option, and it's right there. So the way this works, let's go back to the editor. Each enroll button would link to the specific checkout or cart tool that you use. So each button would link to that specific product inside your account, that being the regular course or the installments or whatever that might be. But let's say for your online course, you only have one payment option. It's just for a single fee. It's just very easy to switch over to that. So we'll click on any element here, and at the top, we follow the breadcrumbs back to the pricing table. And we're going to go under main options. And here we have the 3-month installments. We want to get rid of that. So we'll hit this little trash icon. And now that just leaves us with regular and advanced. And we'll get rid of advanced as well. Now there's only one pricing option, but it's a little bit too wide. So we'll go under layout and position and change the maximum width to, let's go 450 pixels. There we go. Perfect. Now it's worth noting that with this pricing table, on the left-hand side here, we've got HTML attributes. If I click on that, we've got an ID that says pricing with a capital P. This is important because if I scroll back further up, we find that Enroll Now button, which is right here. If I click on this Enroll Now button, on the left, if we go under Animation and Action, we can see where this button is linked to. And you'll see it is linked to hashtag pricing. The use of a hashtag tells it to look for another element on the same page. And then the word pricing means it's looking for any other element with the ID pricing. Once it finds that, that's what it's linking to. So that's why on the front end, this button here, if we click it, it takes us to whatever other element on the page has been anchored with the ID pricing. So we click and it jumps there. That's worth noting in case you find there's any strange behavior with your page. You just might need to correct any of those links. All right, back onto editing, we'll go down to the pricing table. Right after the pricing table, we have another countdown timer. If you've just mentioned the price, it's a good time to suggest how much longer people can get the product at that price for. And then right after that, we have your satisfaction guarantee. This is where you can talk about your refund policy or whatever kind of guarantees you have. It's a good time to include that right after you've introduced the course price. Following that, we have more testimonials, if you need them, if you want them. And then a frequently asked questions section. If you click on any of these, they open up and people can see the answer to the question underneath. Finally, we have another pricing table. And then to end the whole page, we have a personal note from the tutor or the author. So this graphic can easily be changed under background style. Find that image. And since it's kind of your warm send-off at the end of the page, we'll get this guy looking very happy. It's a good way to end it there. So this is the online course sales page. And as I mentioned, it is tablet friendly and mobile friendly as well. So I hope you'll find this online course sales page template very helpful when it comes to creating the perfect sales page for your online course. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment below.